as a huge disclaimer, right, do not do anything I do in this video or I've done with your own money on the basis that I've done it. Like, do not invest just because I'm investing. The whole point of this series is that I went to university to study economics because I had an interest and wanted to learn more about stocks and shares and that sort of environment. And the only way for me to become even more knowledgeable on the subject and stuff like that is to, at the same time as gaining theoretical knowledge, put that knowledge into practice. And that's what I'm doing with this whole series. Investing my student loan is something that I probably won't be telling my mum. I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Hey mum, do you think it's a good idea if I invest my student loan in stocks and shares?
No.
Why not?
Because you need your student loan to live off.
Yeah, I agree. Nevertheless, I decided to go against my mum's advice, and I kind of went to the basic Bloomberg terminal and started looking into a few generic markets to help me decide kind of what sector I wanted to invest in. And I eventually decided that I wanted to kind of go into aviation. Alright guys, so this is hopefully the start of what's going to be a very successful journey when I look back on it in a few months, hopefully. Essentially, I'm studying EasyJet as I've spotted a potential opportunity for an investment. Now, for those of you that don't know who EasyJet are a low-cost budget airline that basically fly all around Europe. Now, if you're going on a lads or girls holiday, you're more than likely going to be flying EasyJet. So currently what I'm doing is studying the net gain from each year of UK domestic travellers. I'm looking at the general market, how Brexit's going to impact everything. And then I'm going to decide, probably in a few days, about should I invest or not. So all the figures are very, very heavily researched. But yeah, this is the current plan. After researching EasyJet for the whole day, I eventually came to a conclusion. It's the day after now. I decided to execute the trade. I bought X amount of EasyJet shares at 891 pence. Today's the 16th of August even. We'll just see what happens. I think my current strategy is to sell them once they reach 10 or above pounds, make a quick profit and then leave. So right now I'm looking to make some more investments. I mean, it's the weekend and I've been thinking about stuff. I make all my big deals in Halifax, but today I've decided that I'm going to open a trading 212 account and a DeGiro account, which basically charge very low commission, and start making a few, let's say, smaller trades. So I think I'm going to get Cyrus Minerals tomorrow. Cyrus Minerals for 9p. I mean, it depends how the markets open up, but Monday's a big day. I'm addicted to trading. Alright guys, so it's Monday right now. Trading's back open after the weekend. We're going to check EasyJet. Now the whole market today is doing pretty well. Everything seems to be going up. And EasyJet today, after this refreshes, is now 9.15. So it's up about 3 and a bit %, which is good. I mean, you know, it's good. Considering what it was at Friday, it's gone up. Happy days. I was saying at the weekend, I'm also looking to potentially buy Cyrus Minerals. Only a small amount though. They're 9.32, 9.31. Oh, they're going back down. I'm on phone. I need to buy some. I'm gonna buy some. Because there's. Oh, do I wait till they go down to 9.2 again? Actually, no. Maybe I should wait a bit more. Should I wait? Should I wait till they potentially might go back down to 9 point? I think, okay, I'll wait till they go below 9.3 pence. Yep, I'll wait. Self-control. I'm gonna wait. I know you're probably all gonna say that I can set up so that as soon as the share price drops below 9.3, it automatically buys them. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I used to do that, but then I'm just gonna wait till I see them with my own eyes below 9.3. The markets have just closed. I ended up buying the Cyrus Minerals, a very small amount, for 8.99 pence. And here's what the two stocks I was talking about in this video finished on. And you can see that Cyrus Minerals, super volatile. They went up. I didn't make much money because I barely put anything into it. EasyJet, once again, there's not really too much of a change there. Probably like 5%, I think, from where I bought them. Cyrus Minerals is like 12% up from where I bought them, but as I was saying, if I invested £1 million, then I'd be £120,000 up. It was a bit of an up and down week trading wise. I mean, EasyJet at one point today were £9.63, and that was that was good, but now they've come back down. The China and Trump tariff war kicked off again today, which doesn't help. I mean, the American market was down heaps. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, why did I invest my student loan? Well, I basically said, like, the reason I'm at university is to learn about this sort of environment. The reason why I study economics is to learn about being a trader, stuff like that. So seeing if what I've been learning does translate to reality, like I was saying. But why did I choose to invest in EasyJet? So I'm going to run you through a few of the key points. Now, I understand that probably not many of you know much about trading, and I'm sure there'll be lots of people that want to comment saying that was a horrendous idea, sell as soon as you can. Basically, I'm interested in your advice, but please don't be like one of them, like, have never traded stocks and shares, and you're going to be telling me to sell them in the comments. Like, don't be like that. Alright, so firstly, I guess the one thing everyone will be like, oh my god, why are you investing now? There's Brexit. Right, fair enough, valid point. So one thing I've learned in economics so far is that the market share price already reflects all of the new news. So, for instance, Brexit could happen, right? We could get a no-deal Brexit, but the share prices at the time of buying, let's say EasyJet, already reflected the chances of a no-deal Brexit, which were very high. Even if there was a no-deal Brexit, there was already a bare bones agreement in place between the aviation industry, UK and EU, I guess. What that means is that a no-deal Brexit will still be a nightmare, but it won't be the end of for the shares because they've already thought about that. And the price at which I bought EasyJet at already reflected the chances of a no-deal Brexit. So if the no-deal Brexit was to happen, it wouldn't be like, oh my god, revolutionary stuff is going to crash to £1. It would maybe crash to £7 or who knows. The market does already reflect certain stuff. I mean, you look at the general economy, right, and everything's like general expected growth, GDP growth, 1.4% in 2019, 1.3% in 2020. It's fairly standard stuff. GDP per capita in the UK is once again starting to increase from 2017. So that was another positive sign. I mean, population growth, positive sign. Domestic passenger travel is not decreasing in the UK, which is another good sign. It's slightly increasing, which is positive. There's expected to be like 3% compounded growth in aviation industry, all this sort of random stuff, right? So overall, you look at the aviation industry and you think, you know what, yeah, fair enough, low-cost airlines could be a decent investment. But then how do you know what low-cost airline to go with? So the two main ones I was looking at, Ryanair, EasyJet, Stobart, a few others, but I feel like the safest investments would be Ryanair and EasyJet, because obviously I don't want to go with a really volatile one, I might lose it, whatever. So why did I choose EasyJet? So both Ryanair and EasyJet share price had like halved in like the last year, let's say. EasyJet partially because of Brexit, blah blah blah, higher costs, lower revenue in the last 6 months or whatever. And part of them costs were because they invested loads in environmentally friendly planes and more fuel efficient, etc, etc, etc. More than Ryanair, I think. And their environmental prospects are much better than Ryanair's currently. EasyJet also have like new Birmingham to Glasgow routes coming in as well. I mean, it's happened now, but Ryanair having that whole pilot strike business, I was like, oh, CBA to get involved in that. And then on the board of director deals, one interesting thing about EasyJet, I'll put this up now. All of the directors, I know this doesn't mean much because like it's basically just Andrew Finley, but the directors were always buying shares. I feel like, I mean, it's very hard to read into that, but I mean, if they're selling them or they're making large sale trades, that's when you'd be worried about it. But they seem to be fairly confident as in they're buying stuff. I got it for an even lower price than all of them. And if you look at like all the investors behind EasyJet, if you look at like JP Morgan's predictions, stuff like that, it was all in the £10 and £11 mark, even when they revised them, let's say like last week or something. EasyJet also give out really strong dividends or stuff like that. And when it came to looking at the ratios, you look at the PEG ratio, 0.57. This is basically the value for money of the share. And the closer to zero it is, the better value. And 0.57, it is very good value, essentially. Supposedly, this indicator is not always right. Yeah, that they pay good dividends, they've got a good dividend to yield ratio, and we learned so far in economics that dividends essentially determine the price of a stock, which is very not really too true. And that's just a bit of why I decided to go with EasyJet. And Cyrus Minerals, I was just like YOLO. Week 1 as a trader, completed it, mate. EasyJet up 6% and Cyrus Minerals up about 12%. So these week one has been good. Like anything, I'm not sure if the risk is going to pay off, but it's something that I'm willing to wait and see if it does.